This is a thick one, 500 plus pages. Really? I need to enjoy this book. We don't need to start DNF in here. Yeah. Giselle, how are you? What's up? What is the scene, y'all? Listen, new month, new releases. There are some books that are releasing this month that I absolutely want to read. I'm looking forward to. I am highly anticipating. I cannot wait to dive in these books. And I am hoping that I'm able to read them this month. So these are books that I have added to my TBR because I'm looking forward to reading them. Like, yes, my TBR is always growing. Yes, I'm always adding books to my TBR, but these are exciting me. These books, they look very intriguing, and I read the blurb because normally I do not dive into books blindly. Like, not unless it's my autoclick authors. Most of these books are written by authors I've read nothing from, but the blurb, the synopsis, has me in a bind. So, you know what's going on. You know I needed to add these books. I don't know if you are looking forward to any of these books, to any of these new book releases, but if you are, holla at me in the comments. So let's get into these books. Misdeeds of a Billionaire, and this is an enemies to lovers second chance. Yo, two of my favorite tropes, boom, in one book. Y'all want to know something? I read it and I must say that I enjoyed this book. Like, the billionaire in this book is like none other. Like, some of them are overprotective, some of them are just like literally over the top, but Ashford, he is none of the above. I'll go into this book deeper in another video because this is just my TBR video. So this one by Eva Williams, check mark. I'm just saying, check mark. Another book that released before I posted this video is Friend Zone by Evelyn Sola. This book released June 2nd. Friend Zone, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Yes, it was added to my TBR, and yes, I read it. Okay, yes, I read it. I also want to read Free Form by Xavier Neal, and this is your opposite attract, forced proximity, off limits rom-com. Now, I've been enjoying books by Xavier Neal, and I'm pretty excited to read this one. From reading the blurb that I'll be laughing reading this book, just because it is about a nephew who wants nothing to do with his family, and he's being forced to attend a wedding, and his aunt's assistant has to make him attend. Like, how are you going to force someone to attend? So I can only picture the banter that's going to happen in this book. Y'all, I love books by QB Tyler. Just saying. I've read quite a few of her books and I have enjoyed it. This one is releasing June 15th and it is Keep Her Safe. Now, this is your age gap, which she is known for. Every single book, no, I'm lying. No. Every single book, no, I'm lying. I think every book that I've read by her, besides one, I don't think this one is an age gap. This one right here. But everything else that I've read from this author are age gaps. And this is your age gap bodyguard romance. I love everything that she writes. I'm just saying. Everything that she writes, it may be taboo, it may be forbidden, but she does it so well, right? So I'm excited to read this one. And usually her books aren't very long, which is a plus. I could get to read more stories. Rooted in Sin, book 2. Now, I read book 1 and I was intrigued by book 1. This is an interracial dark mafia romance. The thing is, book 1 wasn't all that dark, and you had an ex-felon whom is part of the Italian mafia, and he spent some time in jail, I think 54 months in jail. And then you have a shop owner. She's African American, as well as she's having difficulty managing her business, and she gets roped into a situation with the main male character. And the situation, the relationship, it's nice. There's a nice build to book one. So I definitely want to continue, because let me just say, the ending in this book is going to make me read book 2 when it releases. I may receive an advanced copy of this book. I'm crossing my fingers. But even if I don't get it, I'm going to be downloading it on KU. Another book that I want to dive into is Last Second Chance. Obviously, this is a second chance romance. But listen up. This is different from your usual second chance romance, okay? So the hero and the heroine, they met 5 years ago. Things were good, crashed and burned. Then they met up 3 years later. They got married. Then that didn't work. So this is their last second chance of a relationship. And I want to read it. Some of the tropes in this book, because it is a sports romance, there's also grumpy sunshine, you have a rockstar heroine, you have marriage in trouble, you have a forced proximity with a wide receiver. Those are the tropes in this book, and it's one, y'all, I want to read. I am a sucker for a second chance romance, okay? If you didn't know, now you know. I'm a sucker for it. I need it. I love it. And this is one that I'm going to be consuming. So I also want to dive into this book, Courting Livy. Now, in this book, the heroine, she's 26 years old. She's an assistant executive. And her parents are setting her up when they have Sunday dinner. She happens to run into a son of one of her clients. And she's thinking, oh, maybe this is the person that her mom wants to set her up with. Right? So I don't know how the story's going to go, y'all. I absolutely don't know. But this one has piqued my interest, because I just want to see how things are going to be navigated between both of them. And based on the cover, it seems like it may be an interracial romance, and I'm all for that. I am so excited to read this book that I signed up for an advance copy. I haven't received it yet, but if I do receive it, I'll be very, very happy. No easy there. It is a one night stand fake fiance. And basically in this book, the main female character, she has this one night stand, obviously, but she gets pregnant. And who she gets pregnant for is a playboy who's arrogant, who is cocky, but you also have an issue of a secret heir. He is definitely not parent or daddy material. I can see this going in so many directions. I can see where I'm going to laugh, but you know what? I can also see them falling in love and having a happily ever after. And you'll know I have been really vibing. I have been really feeling fake marriage, fake dating, fake fiance, fake everything. I have been enjoying. So in this book, we have a single mom, we have an accidental pregnancy with a one night stand and a fake relationship. On top of that, somebody is a billionaire. Hello? I wouldn't read that. Y'all know me. I live for the shenanigans. This is another book that I am super excited to read. Unexpected Forever. This book is packed with some of my favorite tropes. First of all, you have a brother's best friend. Then you have an accidental pregnancy in a small town. And there's definitely an age gap between the main female character and the main male character. Like, He is a baseball star and he is in the Hall of Fame. So that's to tell you how well known he is. I am all for this. And just look at that cover. He's trouble. How is he going to take this pregnancy? How is his brother going to react? That's why I love a brother's best friend, because you don't know how the brother will react when placed in that situation. Love this. I'm looking forward to this book. I don't know if it's just me, but there's quite a lot of Secret Babies sports romance coming out because Draft Pick also has those tropes. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am just in the mood for some Secret Babies because I haven't read any in quite a while and I have been neglecting sports romance. So maybe it's my craving or something like that. But this book, Draft Pick, is definitely being added or have been added to my TBR. Like, Secret Baby, hello. On top of all that, this also has a second chance relationship in it. So I am so ready to buckle up and dive into this book. I am so ready for the ride to come. Books that have already released in June that I wanted to read, that I read, were phenomenal. So it has already set the precedence for the rest of the month. Y'all, this is another sports romance. It is a college romance though. And in this book, the hero, yes, he plays football, but 3 things are important to the hero: pretty girls, booze, and touchdowns. In comes the heroine, and she's everything that he didn't know he wanted. But 1, she's scared of love, and 2, she is scared of trusting. But based on the blurb, it seems as though he's waiting. He don't mind waiting for her to give in. He is patient and he knows that it's going to be worthwhile. So I want to see how this is going to go because I love when guys are patient and they have to work extra hard. Because she has her own issues, he has to overcome those hurdles as she heals. And I think when you read books like that, like the hero just appreciates the female more. There's no bullying involved. There's nothing over the top involved. It's a nice, sweet, falling in love, taking your time, being patient, being kind, and growing together. This is what I'm looking for in return policy. Now, if you're not new, then you know somewhere in this mix, there was going to be a Mafia book. Like, y'all know me. Y'all know me. There must be a Mafia in all of this somewhere. And this is it. This is it. Vengeance in Blood. And this is book 1 in the Sons of the Mafia series. The first line in the synopsis is, I married my enemy's daughter. That alone has struck me. Is this going to be like an enemies to lovers? Is this going to be a grumpy sunshine? Like, is this a forced arranged marriage? I have no idea. The blurb gave nothing away, and that has piqued my interest even more. I'm even more obsessed with reading this book. Look at this cover, y'all. Normally, y'all know my book covers don't look this cute, but this one is, and it doesn't have to be this hard. It is your single mom, your single dad who is a celebrity chef with a forced proximity because their daughters are besties, so they don't have a choice but to interact with each other. And when his daughter puts out this hashtag date my celebrity dad, I'm like, I know we're going to get a little rom-com mix in here. I think I'll eat it up. I have been reading a lot more single mom, single dad, like full-on adults. I'm not doing as much young adults as I did before, and I'm liking it. I'm liking these older, mature adults. Because sometimes with those younger books, everything is just like literally over the top and bullying. And I'm over it. And I'm just not in the mood for something like that. I want adults. Okay? I want adults. And this is giving me adults. This is another book that, I received an advance copy for this book because, I wanted to read it. Pretend to Love You. It is your small town, grumpy sunshine, fake dating. I have started this book and I'm just going to say I'm just gonna say that I have been enjoying it. I'm not going to do a review now because obviously this is my TBR, but I have already started to dive into some of these books, and this is definitely given small talk. Now, I read book 1 and book 2 in this series, so I know what to expect because the other books were based on the siblings. This one, he is definitely grumpy based on what he is going through, what he is experiencing, and I know why. She needs a fake boyfriend. But we will get into that later in this month when I come back to give you my take or my review on it. But yes, this is one of the books that I want to read, but I'm also currently reading it. So this next book, I absolutely enjoy reading shifter books with an alpha. I love those fated mates, soulmates, shifter romances with an alpha. When an alpha, to me, the ones that I've read, when an alpha claims his mate, it is so intense. Like, I love that intense claiming, you know what I mean? Like, you could feel the chemistry, you could feel the heat, you could feel the scorching, sizzling heat coming off the pages. So I want to read this one, claimed by the Alpha Pack. And the reason why I'm interested in reading this book is because she ran away from her mate with a baby, seeking refuge because there are feral wolves surrounding or living on the outskirts of their town. And everyone is like, oh, it's okay. Only for her to realize that her husband, her baby daddy, he is the monster. So it looks like she runs away from one monster only to end up in the arms of another one. I want to see how this goes because the blurb is quite interesting. So I want to read it. So this one here. Now, I read book 1. I read book 2. I was really happy with book 1. Book 2 kind of let me down a bit. But the ending towards book 2 have me in a grip. It has me in a bind because I'm like, so who is behind the death of her mother? Now, I have spoken about book 1 and book 2 on my channel. I believe I may have mentioned it in a wrap-up, but when I read this one, I'll definitely review the entire series. But this is your age gap type of organized crime, falling for your best friend's dad. Yes, there's a huge age gap because now some people might be like, oh, what are you reading that for? You. But let me just say, it was quite hot. Book 1 was quite hot. And there are other things going on because of someone's death. His ex-wife that he's separated from but not legally divorced, that's causing problems. And boom, we have a surprise pregnancy in book 2. But she's also kidnapped at the end of book 2 with her best friend by her mother, but then her mother is murdered. And I'm like, okay, if her mother is murdered, then who is behind it? So, you know, I'm interested. My noodles here, that mystery, trying to solve that puzzle, it has me. So Empire of Pain is a must for me this month. What to the devil? This is a must read. So I read book 1 in January and I'm like, damn it, I had to wait 5 months. 5 months. So this book is finally being released. Wed to a Devil, you have like this twin. Both of them are terrible, but you take the lesser evil. She got pregnant by one, and she got pregnant by the one who has a fiance. And the other one, he's like, you know what? He has a fiance. Let's make an arrangement. And so he weds the woman and is going to claim the baby as his own. So his twin brother has no clue that he has a woman pregnant. But to top it off, they have to meet certain obligations in order to inherit their grandfather's empire because they come from money. Those things are 1, getting married, and 2, having a baby. And since she's already pregnant, It's like, yo, just get married. So, Wed to the Devil is a must-do for me. Hidden Scion is another one. So I have been reading the books in this series. I've read all the books in this series, and I needed to read this one. I have to read this one. We meet Alexx from book 1. Then there's a little situation with Alexx in book 2. And so we continue meeting him in other books. But with this one, you have Alexx. He's the head of the Cortez cartel, and his love interest is a single mom, and he's tasked with protecting her because she is his best friend sister. So, you know I'm about that life. The thing is too, they had history. So this is also your second chance at love. I also want to read Perfect Together by Kristen Ashley. Kristen Ashley is one of my favorite authors. I haven't read her books in a minute, but her books, her stories are always phenomenal. I've never been let down with any of her books. So Perfect Together, it's centered on this husband that just walks out of his marriage. He walks out on his wife and his kids. And then he comes back and wants to make their relationship work. When the wife finally starts to heal, he's back. I want to see, is she going to take him with open arms? Are they going to have like arguments? How is their reunion going to be? How are they going to heal from that separation? Is he going to come clean with his secrets? What are his secrets? So there's so much going on in this book that I cannot help but want to read this one. This is releasing on June 13th. Y'all know an MC had to be up inside of here. There's no way an MC was not going to make it within this TBR. I always add MC, Mafia, Second Chance, Billionaires. They are a must on my TBR list, okay? This book, Hawk's Sacrifice, it speaks on the hero feeling unworthy of being loved because of his past scars. So emotional trauma, emotional scars, they always, grip me emotionally. And I love when I'm able to connect with a character emotionally. And I love to see when healing comes, when they meet that one person that can help them heal and help them get over what trauma they experienced. And the heroine in this book, she has left everything behind. She abandoned her life and now she's starting afresh. Probably somewhere around where the MC is located. This book is a forced proximity, grumpy sunshine. And the thing is, the main male character, he's wondering if his club will turn him away after everything that he has done for the club. So I'm like, And it mentions something about freedom and coping with freedom. Was he in prison? Did he take the fall for his club? Like, what is it? See, this is why I can't help but enjoy MC romances. I want to read In the Grey by B.B. Reed. This is the first book that I'm going to read from this author, and I am super, super excited. Like, In the Grey, this is your age gap billionaire, grumpy sunshine, good girl, bad boy, which I absolutely love. Workplace starting over romance. Like, those are the tropes found in this book. Those are really good tropes, and I'm praying that I enjoy this book. I have received an advanced copy of this book that I'm going to start and finish before the release date. This book is releasing on June 8th. The heroine in this book, she has been through it. She has had to deal with so much. She's basically starting over her life, and Rowdy, he is like, who is this girl? Okay, she's my new receptionist. She doesn't look professional. I should probably fire her, but for some reason he doesn't. Like, who doesn't love an office fling? I love an office fling. Will I do an office fling? Hell no, but I like to read about it. Illicit Hearts. Now, this is your forbidden mafia romance. Like, you can clearly see that this is your BWWM, interracial romance, and he is from the Greek mafia. They don't want no darky. They don't want any African American woman as part of their mafia, especially with one of their assassins. Like, they don't want that. There's going to be secrets being revealed, tension would arise, or because of Coco Brown showing up. It's going to upset the balance of their crime family, and I'm for it. I'm for it. And this is part of a series, so hail to the year. Y'all, I am excited to read my first Megan Quinn book. I want to read this one, and I'm starting here because I want to challenge myself to read more, right? To test out new authors. I'm always trying out new authors. Her books have been really popular. They have been popping all over my feed, my For You page, and I'm like, you know what? I need to try one of her books. I'm going to start with her new release, Royally in Trouble. This is supposed to have mystery, suspense, and the person next in line for the throne, or the next heir in line for the throne, has two responsibilities: to get married and to have babies. Who is she going to get married to? I don't know, but we will find out. And let me just see, this is a thick one, 500 plus pages. Really? I need to enjoy this book. We don't need to start DNF in here, but this book, I have high expectations from this author, the way that people are always talking about her books. Like, you see her books like everywhere. Oh, y'all know I'm all for forbidden, so I want to read this one, Rigger's Mistake, and this is by Misty Walker. Like, I read a few of her MC books from her other series, but this is a new one. And you know, it's always good to start afresh when they have a new series, as opposed to going and get caught up on their old series, right? So this one, this is your stepbrother, stepsister, MC, like, yes. This is releasing on June 5th. Hopefully this video goes up before June 5th. I don't know if it might, because I have tons of reading to do, but I want to make sure that I read this. I'm going to clear my schedule to read this because I also follow her on her various social media platforms. So I'm excited to dive into this step sibling MC. Like, yeah. These are the books that I'm super excited to read. These books I'm looking forward to reading when they release. Hopefully I get to read them on release day. Hopefully I'm not bombarded by all of these books because they are a lot. But listen, I'm super excited to try these new authors out. So thumbs up, and if you're excited to read any of these books, let me know, comment down below.